What is going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to the channel. We're back again with another top 10 new comic list, this time from none other than Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2024. It's going to be a very romantic day with me and some new comic books. Cannot wait to get into them. There's some good books coming out. Let's not waste any more time. Hit that thumbs up and let's get rocking. Huge shout out to ABX Comics and Games, my local comic shop here in Augusta, Georgia. That's where I'll be picking up all my new comic books. That's where I pick them up every week. They have a fantastic Facebook group down below that you can check out and get linked up with a great store and all that kind of good stuff. So let's get into it. This is my top 10 list. There's a good variety of stuff, and it's kicking off with something that kind of caught me off guard last week. It's going weekly now for this Joker Year 1 story inside of the pages of Chip Zdarsky's Batman. This is issue 143 dropping, but it's part 2 of this story going back to the origin of Joker. That last issue really was odd. I kind of said it in a little mini review that I did, that you really need more of the story to even kind of judge that first part. It's kind of weird. It's kind of stepping on the toes of the Killing Joke, not necessarily in a good way or a bad way. And it's just, they're adding in the elements of the 3 Jokers to it. And it's just, there's a lot going on here. And I don't know where they're going with this, but I'm definitely curious. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but if you're a fan of the Joker, this is an interesting one. You might want to check it out. Chip Zdarsky's run has gotten more interesting, and I'm starting to enjoy it more as it's going. And the fact that I'm just genuinely curious to get this book in my hands and kind of figure out what this story is about to do is actually a really good thing. You're supposed to be interested. You're supposed to want to go grab them, and that's how this has me feeling. I'm just wondering how I'm going to feel when it all wraps up. But me and Sector 2815, my partner in crime over here on YouTube, we do a DC Comics deep dive every Monday on his channel. We've opted to start covering this since it's gone weekly. So if you want to keep up with it and you're not reading it, head over to Sector 2815 here on YouTube and keep up with that. Next up, we have none other than Jason Aaron's take on Superman inside the pages of Action Comics. This is the second issue under this title, and that first one kind of shocked me. I absolutely loved it. Having John Timms on the art was phenomenal. The whole story is Bizarro being Superman's opposite, and if Superman is one of his weaknesses is magic, then Bizarro would be a master at magic, and he has returned to Earth having obtained this great ability and practicing of magic, and he is set loose on Metropolis. Superman was able to stop him, but not before he infected all the population of Metropolis with the Bizarro bug, to say it in the easiest way possible. Everyone's turning into Bizarros at the end of that last issue. Now Superman's going to have to fend them all off, including the Bizarro inside of his own mind. I'm interested to see if Bizarro is still left standing somewhere behind all of this, or if he's separated amongst these people, or what they're going to do. But I'm definitely excited to see Jason Aaron dive more into his take of some of these characters. Now, I thought it was a great idea and cool on the surface of, if Bizarro is his opposite, he'd be great at magic. Well, then he should be a puny little weak guy. You know, he's Superman's strongest, but I love me some Bizarro. I'm a big Superman fan, and I'm excited to see where this new era of Superman, Superstars, is going to go. I'm not sure how many issues Jason Aaron is on until it changes hands, because that's the whole format here. Is these big name writers are going to do a few issue story arc and change hands and back and forth and back and forth. So I'm interested not just in the story, but in the format of Action Comics post PKJ era. Next up, one that I know everyone's excited about. I know everyone's picking up. The Energon universe is flourishing at Skybound under Image Comics, and we have Transformers issue number 5. This is Daniel Warren Johnson's penultimate issue as the interior artist. He's going to continue to write the series, but he only has 2 more issues left in the tank as the interior artist, which is kind of heartbreaking, but at least he's still writing it. What an amazing creator. Follow any and everything he does. That's your fair warning. In this issue, it's still just kind of a fight for survival, raw, just wild. We have Optimus, battle damage as they come, taking to some resources that him and Ratchet had set aside, and it was none other than Megatron's arm. Featured there on the cover, you see he's picking up that cannon, and he fuses it to himself. On the other side of the fence with the Decepticon, Starscreams goes back to the Ark and activates a super weapon to try to stop the Autobots once and for all. And I believe it was none other than Devastator, featured in the second Michael Bay film. Was it Rise of the Fallen or whatever? What a wild take of Devastator that was. I'm excited to see where this goes, not just in this issue, but beyond, as well as I'm excited to see the Energon universe continue to expand inside the pages of Duke and Cobra Commander. Next up, I'm big excited for this one, not just for the story, but my man Steve Beach is taking over some of the A covers over on the Green Lantern title. Huge Steve Beach fan. Some of his art is just, I mean, look at that King Shark he did. Such a phenomenal painter, and seeing his kind of his unique take on some of the lanterns there just has me super duper excited. Seeing Kyle Kilowog as well as Hal on there. It's like Alex Ross mixed with this old-timey style vibe of character designs. It's really cool. In this one, we're supposed to be seeing the United Planets coming for Earth, coming for Hal, trying to shut him down for unlawful use of his ring in the emotional spectrum in a quarantine zone. Earth has been shut down, according to the United Planets, the intergalactic governing body that thinks they can tell everyone what to do. They're going to learn that's not the case when it comes to Hal Jordan. We have a brand new Black Label title dropping from DC with issue 3 of Batman City of Madness. This is the finale to Christian Ward's kind of horrific gothic take on Batman. In this story, we have the Court of Owls trying to keep an ancient evil at bay that gets released, and it kind of opens up to, I don't know, like the underneath of Gotham, the flip side, the evil version, the Lovecraftian different realm underneath it, where some of these entities come out, including this Cthulhu-like Batman. We're going to get to see the origin of this upside down Gotham, and we're going to see how it all concludes. Will this Cthulhu Batman get his Robin? Will our Batman shut him down in time and get them back where they go and get them contained? This is a book that the art carries it just as well as the story, and they marry beautifully. It comes out in a prestige format where it just really gives the art more room to breathe and room. It's just a gorgeous book. Next up, we have, I believe, the penultimate issue to Wesley Dodds' The Sandman, written by Robert Venditti. And this one, he's after his research that was stolen. And where is it? None other than on a U.S. base. So he has to fight his way through some army personnel to try to get to it and get it back so that the military doesn't use this deadly gas research to fight wars on the battlefield, cause countless harm. That's not what his technology was designed for. This early prototypes of his gas that are lethal, he wants them destroyed, not in the hands of anybody to use on any other people. So I'm excited to see where this one plays out. All these Golden Age books have been way above par. Heavily suggest these. Now, I do want to give a quick shout out to Big Time Collectibles. Be sure to check them out at their website. You can also follow them on their social medias. They're just returning from MegaCon, so if they have anything extra or left over, you might want to check out their website and pick up some really cool exclusives. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, be sure to hit up my boy Justin over on Instagram. He can hook it up. I have him, Big Time, ABX Comics and Games, as well as Pop's Attic, all linked in the description. You can find some fantastic resources, shops, all kinds of good stuff. Be sure to check those out. So this next book right here, got to add it to the list. We have a brand new Night Thrasher title. And if you're asking yourself, who's Night Thrasher? You're normal. But if you're Mike Becker, aka Beckerman Likes Comics, you are a little kid in a candy shop today. We have a brand new Night Thrasher solo title. I know. Who would have guessed it? Nobody. Not even Mike Becker. But to the biggest new Warrior fan out there, Mike Becker, I say congratulations. I'm happy for you. And I will give this book a shot because I know it's what you would do. So be sure to check this out if you're not familiar with this 90s New Warriors fan fave right here. He's definitely got a cult following, and he might be worth checking out. Apparently, the hero is retired. He's coming back into New York to go check on a death of a loved one. And there's a villain called the OG that might be afoot. So he's going to work with an old New Warriors partner to try to get to the bottom of a mystery and shut them down. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it plays out. Or I might just read issue 1 and drop it. Who knows? I hope it's good, though, for Mike Becker's sake. Next book up, we have Rebel Moon, House of the Blood Axe, issue number 2. So this isn't for everybody. And when I say that, I mean Zack Snyder stuff. And that's what this is. This is the comic book prequel to Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon that is a Netflix original sci-fi film. This cover, the A cover, is a gorgeous work of art by the master himself, Daniel Warren Johnson. So these are two of the characters that were featured in Rebel Moon, going back to their origin and more specifically the planet they're from, the dynamic of their family at the time of the fall of the Empire, when Mother World's rulers were assassinated and the universe went into turmoil as the new corrupt people came into power. In the process of doing so, it put everything at high alert. War started raging. Governments started toppling. Little ecosystems of governments on different planets were getting kind of squeezed by the Mother World. And that's what we're seeing on this planet. So we're going to see how they fare and what really is the catalyst for setting the twins out to fight against Mother World instead of working with them, where we started the story. I'm excited for more of this. I thought the first one was good. It has me more excited to dive farther into the Rebel Moon stuff, and we'll just see where it goes. And coming in at number 9 for this week, we have Vengeance of Moon Knight issue number 2. Now, I did not like issue 1. I'll be honest with you guys. I gave it a fair try. It was written so poorly. They said the word night mission no less than 357 times. It was just weird. But I am curious to see how it goes and try to give it a fair and honest try. So I'm going to check out number 2 and hope it's good. It has a beautiful David Finch cover. I'm curious to see who could be the new Moon Knight. So I'll give it a shot. It's on my top 10 list because that's actually going to be 9 on my pull list for this week. And for number 10, clocking in with a cover one. And that's none other than the black and white version of Daniel Warren Johnson's Rebel Moon. Just absolutely love his art. The detail, his style is so unique. It's just fantastic artist. That's going to round off my top 10 list. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're looking forward to. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate anybody watching the videos, especially if you made it this far. And if you're looking for some cool merch and stuff, check out the links down below to the merch store. And you can also hit that join button to become a channel member, join the Legionnaires. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.